Coming up with a new edition of the Little Rickert Show. We got playoff district hoops to talk about. And the Olympic hockey men's USA Canada. And some wrestling breakdown of the individual meet. And now your host, Little Rickert. Good evening. It's 20:01 in the morning, and I was at the Giant Center tonight. I want to tell you guys about it. Plus, a lot of hoops to go over, and we got some wrestling. First, I didn't get to see the game, but I saw Canada beat the U.S. today, 1-0. Very disappointing. I was hoping for a U.S. win. They'll play Finland for the bronze medal, so it's Canada, Sweden for the gold medal on Sunday. I'm not going to comment too much. So that's that. I'll give you an updated medal count later in the weekend. I know we're in first place by like a couple medals. But we got some high school hoop to go over tonight's games. I saw 3 AAA games tonight. One was a blowout, but the last 2 games were absolutely dandies. The 2 best games I saw all year, and the 2 best games I've seen in a long time. We'll get into that here shortly. But I don't have from District 4 or 11. I'll give you those results tomorrow or Sunday sometime. So games from Friday night. We'll start in Class A, District 3. Lebanon 80-46 over Harrisburg Academy. New Hope 75-57 over West Shore Christian. Mount Calvary 61-59 over Antietam and Greenwood. 62-50 over Lancaster County Christian. So Monday night, it'll be at Northern York High School at 8 o'clock. It'll be Lebanon Catholic at 16-7 against New Hope at 12-9. And at CD East at 5 o'clock, 2nd seed Mount Calvary against 3rd seed Greenwood. I'm going to save AAA boys for last. Girls AA tonight. York Catholic 69-52 over McDevitt. Camp Hill in overtime 41-39 over Topahawken. 2nd seed DeLone Catholic 58-29 over Pequay Valley. And 3rd seed Ole Valley 59-32 over Anvil Cleona. So Monday night, excuse me. Oh, I'm wrong. Monday night in girls AA at Warwick High School at 7:30. It'll be York Catholic, number 1 seed 20-3 against Camp Hill, the 4 seed 17-6. And at Warwick High School 6 o'clock, 2nd seed DeLone Catholic at 19-4 we'll play Ole Valley at the 3rd seed 59-32. They'll host Ole Valley at 18-7. Excuse me. Quad A girls, Manheim Township stays unbeaten, 27-0, 42-32 over Mechanicsburg. Wilson, 59-29 over Hempfield. Cumberland Valley, 51-29 over Red Lion. And Dover over Lebanon, 47-43. So at the Giant Center, Monday night, 5 o'clock, unbeaten Manheim Township, 27-0, will take on 4th seed Wilson at 20-7. Cumberland Valley, the 2nd seed, 22-4 at the Giant Center on Tuesday night. They'll play Dover at 23-2. Now your consolation bracket. Mechanicsburg 21-5. They will play Hempfield at 15 at Northern York at 6:30. And at 5 o'clock at Northern York, it'll be Red Lion at 15-9 against Lebanon 20-6. Now we go to AAA boys. The games that I saw. The first game that I saw tonight it was Boiling Springs and Bermudian Springs, and from the roster of both teams that I looked at, Bowling Springs clearly had a size advantage. Bermudian Springs had no person over 6 foot that I saw on the roster. Bermudian Springs just blew them out of the court. Bowling Springs just couldn't shoot. It's a different animal when you shoot at the Giant Center. Different. The background's different. Some teams can adjust, others can't. Bowling Springs just couldn't do it. Bermudian Springs won tonight, 52-29. Game number 2 was West York, the second seed, and I believe the defending district champ. They played Manheim Central, who was making their first appearance in a long time. Game was back and forth. Manheim Central, they started kind of slow at the beginning. Then it went back and forth. West York, with like 3 seconds left, hit a 3 to take the lead at 51. I think it was 49-48 with 3 seconds left. Manheim Central goes down the court from the right corner. Bam, 3-pointer, wins it at the buzzer. Manheim Central won 51-49. Then then I'll tell you about Susquehanna Township. They won 52-38 over Berks Catholic in a mild upset. Then game number 3 tonight. McDevitt and Lancaster Mennonite, and McDevitt was down big early. They were down by almost 20 after the first quarter. They were down 14-16 at half. Came back, forced overtime. They made a big run in the third quarter. Mennonite was short on their shots. They hung around. They were trading, going back and forth. McDevitt then tied it on a couple foul shots. Then Mennonite tied it with a bell roll, 5 seconds left. McDevitt got the ball. Then their point guard, I forget what it is. Malik Gantz, that's right. Passes it to Justin MacArthur at the corner. At the buzzer, bam, ball game over. McDevitt squeezes one out. They clearly did not play one of their best games, and in my personal opinion, they took Mennonite very lightly, and McDevitt pulls out a 75-72 overtime win. MacArthur is as advertised. I liked his game. The 6'9" kid from McDevitt. Let's check him. Dylan Hudson Emery. They held him in check. He has some nice footwork. They did their best to shut him down. Malik Gantz has some nice handle. He does a nice job at the point guard spot. They're gonna have to really they gotta play much better because they'll play Susquehanna Township Monday night. So it'll be McDevitt and Susquehanna Township at 8 o'clock Monday night. And then the first game of that doubleheader will be Manheim Central at 23-3 and Bermudian Springs 22-3. That should be interesting. And then your consolation games at Central Dauphin at CD East at 8 o'clock. Mennonite 19-6 against Berks Catholic 22-6. And at CD East at 6:30 it'll be West York 23-3 against Boiling Springs 20-4. So there you have it. Tomorrow, Halifax and Upper Dauphin are in action. Also, I do want to mention last Thursday night's game, Duke Carolina. I should have a Carolina hat on. I'll put one on the next video. But Carolina with the big win over Duke, 74-66. They did a very good job defensively going to their 1-3-1 point zone to take away the 3-pointer, and they did a real nice job. They made clutch foul shots down the stretch. They made like 10 in a row at one point in the second half. So that was a big win for Carolina. They've won 8 in a row. And there's a big game later on tonight. Duke and Syracuse at Cameron Indoor Stadium. So that's going to be a good ball game. Well, hopefully that's as good as the first one. We're going to take a break here. And when we come back, we'll go over to the individual District 3 AA wrestling. Give you some results from the local wrestlers. So we'll be right back. This is the Lowell Rickert Show on the Lowell Rickert Network.